Hey everybody, Pete Werner here with your Diz Daily Fix for Monday, March 7th, 2016. Here's what's happening today. A worker at Disney's Art of Animation Resort was caught on camera cleaning tables at the resort's food court with a dirty mop. A Disney spokesperson has said that this is an isolated incident and that the woman is not a Disney cast member. The worker, who is actually employed by a third-party vendor, is no longer welcome on Disney property. Now, I know that the internet is losing its collective mind over this story, but I'm going to talk about this more in tomorrow's edition of the Diz Unplugged. But let me just say this. I think we can all buy that Disney doesn't train people to do this. And I believe that this is an isolated incident. So maybe everybody just needs to take a breath. But it does bear a discussion on the use of third-party vendors and how well they're trained. And this is an ongoing problem. So again, we'll talk about it more in tomorrow's edition of the Diz Unplugged, but everybody is like losing their mind over this story. On to a happier story. The Disney animated feature Zootopia opened this weekend and gave Walt Disney Animation their biggest opening in the company's history, bringing in nearly $74 million. It's worth noting that this opening outpaces the opening of Frozen. So maybe, just maybe, we'll see a little less Frozen in the parks and maybe start seeing some more Zootopia. Out in Disneyland, Luigi's Rollickin' Roadsters debuts today at Disney's California Adventure. The new ride turns Luigi's tire yard into a dance floor where Luigi's cousins have joined to perform traditional Italian dances. In case you're wondering how this is done, the vehicles move on a trackless system. It's the first attraction on the West Coast to have a trackless surface, and it allows each vehicle to have an individual and unpredictable ride. Over on the Diz today, Steve Porter gives his take on this year's Flower and Garden Festival in his article, The Good, the Bad, and the Verdict on the 2016 Flower and Garden Festival. On DizBoards.com today, poster Misha72683, not to be confused with Misha72684, has a post on our theme parks forum entitled Mistakes Made on Our First Trip, where she talks about things she plans to do differently on her next trip to Walt Disney World. And maybe one of them will be a new username. I'm kidding. On DizUnplugged.com today, the Disneyland team shares their thoughts on the new Luigi's Rollickin' Roadsters, and Nancy Johnson continues her series on how to make sure kids have the best experience possible at Disneyland. Just take them there. I think that's all you need to do, but that wouldn't make for a good segment. You can listen to the Disneyland edition of the Diz Unplugged by going to DizUnplugged.com or by subscribing to the show on iTunes. And if you're heading into the parks tomorrow in Orlando, expect a mostly sunny day with a high of 81 and a low of 61 in the evening. Out in Anaheim, sunny skies with a high of 74 and a low of 48. You can find links to all these stories and more on our Daily Fix main page, wdwinfo.com/dailyfix. And that's going to do it for me today. Join us tomorrow at noon Eastern for the next installment of the Diz Daily Fix. Have a great day, everybody.